Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I'm going to show you 3 new Sencut knives. 2 of them are re-ups from previous versions, but one of them is a brand new release. So hang out, you don't want to miss that one. First up, we're going to check out this one. This is the Sencut Scepter. Absolutely love this knife. I had to go get my wife's. I said, I'm just going to borrow this. She said, what you getting there? I had to get hers to borrow for a little comparison to show you what the natural JG10 in this looks like. But the Sencut Scepter comes in 6 different versions. And these are a budget knife. They are under 40 bucks. They're like somewhere around $35, $36 in that range. They have 9CR18 MOV blade steel. And, ooh, yeah, look at that. Now, see, this is how you're supposed to do jimping. All of you folks that don't do jimping around your flippers, put jimping on your flippers. This is a very nice, it has dual deployment. You can use the thumb studs or the flipper. And speaking of flipper, pow, right in the kisser. Ooh, yeah, look at that. This is such a perfect size everyday carry knife. It's great for the gentlemen, the ladies, anyone that wants to carry a lightweight knife and not take up a lot of room in your pocket, not weigh your pocket down. Has a really nice stone wash, a nice swedge going on. 9CR18 MOV blade steel. Just take you all the way down and look at this Cuibourtia wood. And the Cuibourtia wood doesn't have texture, but this knife does lock into your hand very well. And you can see there's no there's almost like they thought about putting a pass-through in there. They're like, nah, let's just make it look like it. But it does have some nice jimping here. I'll show you the ergos and the action here in just a moment. T8 body screws, and it is a reversible deep carry pocket clip. It has flat screws, no mushrooms growing in the shade. It would be a little bit nicer if it was recessed, but this is an under $40 knife. These are great pocket clips, and by the way, you could get titanium replacement pocket clips for these bad boys. And when the Sencut Scepter first came out, it was one of my first purchases. Way back to the olden days, but not really. The overall length of this knife is about 6.9 inches. Your blade length's 2.9 inches. It has a small little finger choil, which we're going to check out. Your cutting length's 2.773 inches. 18 thousandths behind the edge. Oh yeah, it's nice and slicey. It has caged ceramic ball bearings. The action on these are superb. It's super lightweight. Let me show you what it looks like next to the Penguin. And this little dude only weighs 2.4 ounces. I mean, you're not even going to know you have it in your pocket. So there's the QSP Penguin, baby. Look at that. Perfect everyday carry size knife. This one's going to be for big hands, small hands. It's just a great, maybe sometimes you're not feeling like a big old knife or a nice secondary carry. This is one that you would hand to someone that wants to use one. Oh, well, I've got it out here. Here is my first scepter, which ended up being Mrs. B's. It's her knife. It's the one she carries now. And the other new version that just came out is the dark green micarta. Oh, love me some micarta. A quick reference for my hand for these 3 knives. From here to here, it's 4 inches. From here to here, it's 3.5. And from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger, is 7.25. So I wear a large size glove. I don't have the longest fingers in the world, but my hand's kind of thick. It's a little beefy. It fits my hand well. It doesn't completely disappear, but I do get a really good grip. It's a very comfortable knife. As far as jimping, there is no jimping along the spine. It is a great little utility knife. It's a tactical Twinkie box opener, I'm telling you. And the flipper works very well. The detent on this, nice. This one has a good detent. And one of the things that helps that detent is that jimping. That jimping grabs your skin so well. There's no chance of missing it if you get it on the side or don't get it all the way. That jimping just grabs your skin. It just slaps that blade out there. And you can choke up for doing a little bit of light cutting. It has a forward choil here. Sharpening all day long. You're not going to get a smile. Your plunge is way back here. Super, super comfortable. It's a thin knife. The pass-through works very well. The jimping right here is not aggressive, but it's just enough where it grabs your thumb. I don't have to dig. Now, I mean, it is not sharp. It's not soft. It works. It works very well. This isn't what I would call a fidgety knife, but you know what? If I have it in my hand, I'm going to be fidgeting with it. But it's very comfortable, and for the price, less than 40 bucks, I think these are a total win. I almost forgot to show you the other ways you can open it. You can use the flipper. Not the flipper. The thumb stud, you can work. It's very easy to reverse flick, and it's very easy to thumb flick, and you can reverse flick this off of the blade just like that. It's really easy to open. So multiple deployments without a doubt. I like this knife. Now here's another one that they've came and put some new scales on. They have a couple new versions of the Sencut Actium. Oh yeah. Now this one, take a look at that. Wait till you see, if you haven't seen the blade on the Actium, well, you're about to see it here in just a second. I'm going to take you all the way down and show you. It's also, this one is also the Cuibourtia wood. Cuibourtia! It's a hardwood and it does look so nice. So it just makes you feel a little more prim and proper, a little more fancy, or it might give you a little bit of nostalgia, getting that old wood look, and it has a little bit of texture, a little bit of milling up here, and then a little bit of milling down here just to add a little bit to that look. We have some poon going on here. You ready to see this blade? Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that poon action. Oh mama. Look at that beautiful swedge coming down, and this hollow ground. Oh, wow. It is a deep hollow ground, baby. I'm telling you what. The blade stock thickness is 120 thousandths of an inch, and it's 18 thousandths behind the edge. Super, super slicey. This only weighs 3.6 ounces. It's a lightweight knife, even though you get this much knife. Now, this one has D2 blade steel. It's 8 inches from tip to tip. Your blade length's 3.5 inches. You have a nice finger choil. And like I said, only 3.6 ounces. It's lightweight. Your cutting length's 3.1 inches. This one, just like the Scepter, it has the same pocket clip, which you can replace with a fancy titanium clip if you feel like it, if you get the urge. And I like the fact that it's reversible, and the ergos on this one, oh yeah, they are so good. There's no hot spots for the ergos. It feels fantastic. This big old forward choil area for push cuts, oh yeah. Or you could get back here to do some push cuts or some pull cuts. Now, I like to be up here if I'm doing some up close cuts. That way I don't grab right here at the heel, but this gives you so many options, and it has a little, the jimping of the liner lock sticks out plenty. There's no cutout per se, but it is very easy to disengage, and I've done nothing to these. They are just out of the factory. I haven't even put a drop of KPL oil on them. And if you want to, by the way, I have a 10% discount code to KPL Knife Pivot Lube. All of that is down in the description. Links to these knives, knife maintenance gears, and knives that have been in recent videos, all of that stuff is in the description of this video. You can go check that out. And look at this. Just one little shake shut, and I imagine if I put a drop of KPL that this bad boy would shut easy. And you can reverse flick it very easily. It has that stone wash which grabs the side of your finger. And what I'm doing there, if you don't know, is I'm just putting the side of my middle finger on the blade and flipping outwards. So you can open it that way. You can open it with the flipper, and it has the same great jimping. Look at that. Jimping all the way around. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, pow, right in the kisser. I love it. And reverse flick, you can reverse flick with the thumb stud. Same with the front from stud. Are we making up words? Yeah, we're making up words. The tip isn't that much lower, or isn't that much higher than the pivot. You could use this for some utility cutting. This is a great all-around everyday carry knife. I really like it. Now let's check out the new release. After I show you what this looks like next to the Penguin, you got to get a size reference to the Penguin, right? So it's a little bit bigger, definitely in the handle, and you definitely have more blade, and it's so pointy. So there's your size reference with the Penguin. And the cool thing, those Actiums, they run around 39, 40, 42 bucks. So far, I've got you in the $40 range. I mean, that is awesome. Sencut kicked some serious tail this year. They may just be the best budget line of the year. Now, are you ready for this brand new release? This is the brand new Sencut Kyril. Oh yeah, look at that. Another sleek, everyday carry size knife, and it is nice. It is very nice. Let me give you a look at this. A little bit of texture vision. Can you see it? Can you see the texture at all? It feels good. I would say I would give it about a 5. It does have some good texture. It's mildly grippy, and you do have the reversible deep carry pocket clip, and it is just sitting right on top of the liners. You can see here, that's where you can reverse it very easily. Has a Stonewash 9CR18 MOV, and these run around 42, 43 bucks too. All three of these knives are like no more than 42 or $43, something like that. You ready to see his blade? Oh yeah, look at that. Is that not a sweet looking knife? Look at the lines. Just look at the lines, look at the curves. For its size, it has a nice, tall, flat grind, not quite to the top, but your total length is 7.25 inches. It's not a big knife. Your blade length, 3.2 inches. Your cutting length is under 3 inches at 2.85 inches. This one also, all three of these have the cage ceramic ball bearings. And you know, speaking of Fair and Forge, that's who designed this knife. You can definitely see the style lines. And look at this. See how this goes up in a complete arc and kind of comes around? I love how they fit that into this sheep's footy blade. Loving this blade, telling you what. And well, of course we have to put up the QSP penguin. There's the penguin. There's the Fair and Forge stinger. And then here is the Sencut Kyril. It's very comfortable in the hand. It takes up no space in the pocket whatsoever. This one you can also reverse flick, just like with the other ones. We have that stonewash going on. And each one of these knives, I believe there's probably 5 or 6 different versions. I don't remember how many versions. This one I know you can get black G10 or the natural G10 without the black wash if you don't want the black wash stonewash blade. But this one, look at that. It has that perfect jimping right on top that grabs your finger, comes snapping out. And that forward choil is just great. It works really well. Your hand fits into it like a glove. It's a great utility cutter, great EDC all-around knife. Now this one, I definitely could use a couple drops of KPL. It's a little stiff. That's what she said. It's a little stiff, but man, the action works really good. The detent, all I have to do is just push down and it just comes flying out. It does not, I don't have to do the action myself. It does it on its own. It's very nice. And in just pulling back, it still comes flying out. This is a superb for the price and what you get. And 9CR18 is a good budget steel. It's not a super steel, but it's also a knife that you're getting in the $40 range. The blade is easy to sharpen. It's easy to hone back up. And it holds a great edge for what you get. I think this is a fantastic deal. Is there anything we missed? Yeah, there you go. Fair and Forge, baby. And there's your blade steel. So let me put all 3 of these out. There's the new Sencut Kyril. Here is the Sencut Actium. 3 different styles for your pleasure. And then here's the Sencut Scepter. I mean, yeah, oh mama. So you could go with the drop point, you can go with the sheep's footy look, or you could go with this, I would call that like a giant clip point. All 3 of these are very attractive, nice looking knives. And if you want to learn more about them, or you want to see some size comparisons or anything like that, Friday nights, Beez Blades live at the Hive. Oh, right. Every Friday night, we have the knife cam. People ask me, like, hey, what about this knife? What about that knife? We pull them out. We hang out. We have a blast. It's more than 3 hours, and we do giveaways, and it's a bunch of fun stuff. All you got to do is subscribe, hit the bell button, and select all, and you'll get notified a half an hour before the show starts. So make sure and hit that big old thumbs up and support the video, support the channel. Go watch this video. You're going to enjoy it. And until I see you again in the chats or the streams or the Hive stream on Fridays, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.